Hello everyone. In this video lecture, I'm going to cover the monetary policy, the tools of the monetary policy, both the quantitative tools and the qualitative tools. Let me make two parts, one for the quantitative and another for the qualitative. So first, let us learn what is monetary policy. See the word monetary. You can see this is something about money. Okay, and policy. So who regulates the money supply in India? It's the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so this is a policy which is followed and applied by the Reserve Bank of India. Fiscal policy is for the government, the central government, and the monetary policy is followed by the Reserve Bank of India. So there are some state budgets and all. We'll discuss about it if we require it. In Lakshmikant it is also written about something state budget and okay, leave it for now. So this is the monetary policy. So a policy to maintain the money supply in the Indian economy is the monetary policy. I hope the concept is clear to you. Now let's see the tools that helps in maintaining this credit flow, increase or decrease of credit flow and their result, their consequences in our economy. So first we have the quantitative economy and we have qualitative economy. Let's see the division of these are the two components of monetary policy. Okay, monetary policy. So quantitative, first we have the bank rate. I will discuss it. Then we have the LAF, liquidity adjustment facility. Then we have OMO, open market operation. Then we have reserve requirements ratio. So how do I remember this? Just by the word blur. It's not blur, it's blur. See, if you can remember it, you can say this: bank rate, LAF, OMO, and reserve ratio. So what are their parts? Bank rate has no part. LAF has three things under it. We have the repo rate, then the reverse repo rate, and MSF, the full form being marginal standing facility, MSF. Okay. OMO has no part again, and reserve ratio of two types mainly. One is cash reserve ratio, in short it is known as CRR, and another one is the SLR, the full form being statutory liquidity ratio, SLR. Okay, so this division is very important. I request you to note it down somewhere, and if you're following some books or notes, it's mentioned there. Okay, so these are the parts you have to remember, and with multiple times reading and revision, you'll master it. So it's blur. Okay, now let us understand each and everything. First, let us understand bank rate. Okay, there is another one, MSF. Now is the ratio of CRR and SLR. So bank rate. What is bank rate? Suppose we have a bank. I really request you to learn first about the commercial bank, the cooperative banks, the development banks. Okay, there then come to this video, because that will help you. Because when I will say commercial bank, you'll say, okay, what is commercial bank? What is the difference between commercial and cooperative banks? Okay, you should know such things before coming to the monetary policy part. I really assume that you really know these things and seeing this video. So bank rate. So suppose we have a bank, a commercial bank. Commercial bank means which are for profit purpose. Okay, and cooperative bank means they are non-profit. I mean, suppose you live in a locality having 100 people. You people decided to open a bank. That will be a cooperative bank. There are process of registration in the state, and also UCB has now getting some restrictions from the RBI. It's a different topic. I will discuss it if I am able to make a video on that. So let's read about it. What I'm studying. It's bank. So let A be a bank, and we have RBI, the Reserve Bank of India, the Central Bank of India. ठीक है, ये तो पता है ना कि रिजर्व बैंक, सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, हर एक कंट्री का एक सेंट्रल बैंक होता है. सो हमारे देश का सेंट्रल बैंक को रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया बोलता है, जिसका गवर्नर का साइन हमारे नोट्स में होता है, एक्सेप्ट द 1 रुपी नोट. 1 रुपी नोट में किसका साइन होता है? फिनेंस सेक्रेटरी का. एंड 1 रुपी नोट कौन पब्लिश करता है? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. कॉइन कौन मिंट करता है? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. उनको सर्कुलेट कौन करता है? आरबीआई. All the currencies are circulated by RBI, but 1 rupee note and coins are published and minted respectively by the central government of India. Okay, ठीक है. So अब कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है इस बैंक को, इसने थोड़ा ज़्यादा लोन दे दिया है, ठीक है, थोड़ा कम पैसा है इसके पास, तो ये क्या करेगा? It will tell RBI कि RBI सर, Governor sir, give me some loan. Shaktikanta Das sir, give me some loan. Shaktikanta Das will be happy. Okay, take ₹100. This is the loan, and you have to give this. And I am giving this loan up to a time period of 28 days. You have to return me with interest. And what will be the interest? The interest will be 6.75%, which means Bank A needs to return 106.75 rupees to the Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank का तो business हो गया. Not business, that's how economic works, right? This bank will just circulate this amount, and really hats off to Reserve Bank of India for maintaining the economy of India. If I ever don't start preparation regarding the exam, about this exam, I will never learn such things in my life, believe me. Some small things we know, but I am not saying that I have learned everything in details and all, but such basic things are still unknown to many of us who are from other background. Suppose science background people are really not accustomed to this type of terms. Even I will say, I really didn't know about repo rate, reverse repo rate before I started this preparation. So thanks for the preparation. I'm really learning many things. Okay, so let's come here. So 106.75 rupees RBI को मिल जाएगा, ठीक है. So this rate is known as bank rate. And yes, have your anyone, means relative or your own family members, okay, have taken any kind of loan? Suppose you're buying a house and the price of the house is 20 lakh rupees, suppose. So 15 lakh rupees you want that from a bank, suppose this bank A. Okay, so 15 lakh rupees. And 5 lakh rupees you are going to pay by yourself. This 5 lakh rupees is known as down payment. Okay, just for the sake of your knowledge, down payment, initial payment, which is not the loan but you have to pay it. That's the rule, that entire money will not be given in this case by bank A. And we have what I'm telling you. Okay, the bank will charge some interest when you will return it, because maybe you have to return 18 lakhs. ठीक है, it depends the tenure प्रीमियम ऐसा बोलते हैं MCLR के अंडर में. ओके, हम देखेंगे ये सब. सो हाउस, जो मैं बोल रहा था कि देन देयर विल बी will that will be signed. Suppose you have bought this house from someone, Mr. X. So Mr. X and you will have an agreement. You have to submit that agreement to bank A. Do you know what this is called? Collateral. This is collateral. After you paid the entire loan with interest, bank will return you the agreement to you, and the entire house will then be in your name. It's in your name, but the collateral you have submitted to the bank. That's the rule. So that is collateral. In terms of here, A and RBI, this is known as government security. Suppose government has a small piece of land. We'll study in government about government security in details in foreign exchange or financial market, such bonds and all. We'll study there. Treasury bills, it's interesting. So we have GSEC, government securities. Suppose this is a piece of land which is government owned. It will make a agreement, will bond, which is known as bond. You can buy this from the government and you can give this to RBI as collateral. Again I repeat, as collateral. Okay, but in case of bank rate, you don't have to give any collateral. कोई भी चीज गिरवी नहीं रखना है, ठीक है. That is the difference between repo rate and bank rate. We'll study about now repo rate. Repurchase option, that's repo's full form. So repo rate, have you understood this one, the collateral thing? सिर्फ ये चीज़ याद रखना कि गवर्नमेंट के पास एक लैंड था, अभी के लिए लैंड था, उसका एक बॉन्ड, एक पीस ऑफ पेपर रहा, वो पीस ऑफ पेपर ए ने खरीद लिया और गवर्नमेंट को पैसा दे दिया. देन इस पेपर को when this bank will give this paper to RBI, that will be a collateral, क्योंकि ये तो इसका संपत्ति है, right? But in bank rate, if the bank is taking the loan with the in bank rate, then there is no requirement of collateral. Fine. Now let's come to repo rate. So what is repo rate? Repo rate is that it's a very short term period, for a very short term, 1 day 2 day ऐसे होता है. 2 day तो ज़्यादा बोल दिया मैंने. Okay, you'll see this. ऐसे बोलता है overnight, fortnight. Such kind of terms are used to define repo rate. So repo rate is something like this. Again, the bank A wants loan from RBI for a very short period. It will take in terms of repo rate, not bank rate. Why? The repo rate is lower than the bank rate, and it's for a short time. What's the repo rate now? It's 6.0. It's 6.50. As per, I'm making this video on 6 Jan 2024. Okay, but it then has to submit that collateral, the government security, the bond, एक सिक्योरिटी रखना है. So if the bank requires a loan of 100 rupees, 100 rupees I'm just joking, okay, 100 rupees तो खुद के जेब से दे देगा. 10 crore rupees, 100 crore rupees ऐसे, but take 100 rupees so that we can understand. हम middle class family से हैं तो हमारे लिए 100 ही बहुत है. So 100 rupees RBI gives it to A. Then in because RBI has given 100 rupees in loan, A will give RBI a government security, a collateral. मैंने यहाँ से आपको समझाया था गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी कोलैटरल क्या होता है, राइट? So now what happens? RBI will then obviously the bank needs to pay 106.5 rupees to the RBI. Then RBI will return back this GSEC to A again. जैसे यहाँ पर हुआ था हाउस लोन के. If you have understood this slide, the next slide will be very easy for you. So that is the repo rate. Okay. Now reverse repo rate. Reverse repo rate. What is reverse repo rate? Now ये बैंक का बहुत सारा पैसा हो गया, बहुत सारे डिपॉजिटर्स आए. ओके, लार्ज नंबर ऑफ डिपॉजिटर्स कम हियर एंड deposit huge amount of money. अब बैंक का तो जगह ही नहीं है. माय गॉड, अब ये क्या करेगा? आरबीआई को बोलेगा आरबीआई भाई ले लो कुछ, मैं आपका यहाँ पर डिपॉजिट करता हूँ. ठीक है, आई एम डिपॉजिटिंग द एक्सेस अमाउंट ऑफ मनी आई हैव इन योर वॉल्ट, इन योर अकाउंट, इन योर करंट अकाउंट. ठीक है. No, it's current or savings, that's a different thing, because when we'll read about MSF you will see that there is a condition that bank has to keep a current account in RBI. So obviously if you are getting some interest on it, it's a savings account, we can say. So what, and then let me tell you, I don't want to confuse you. So if the bank A gives the excess 100 rupees to RBI, then RBI will keep a collateral, again a government security, a piece of paper in A. Then after a certain period of time, RBI will return, एक साल के बाद अगर पर एनम हो, ठीक है, इंटरेस्ट रेट तो ऐसे ही कैलकुलेट होता है, and it is compound interest. You remember compound interest, simple interest, CSAT part. The economy is worked on the compound interest, but let us keep it simple. So it's 100 इतना रुपीस वापस करेगा. ठीक है, और फिर क्या होगा? ये सिक्योरिटी आरबीआई के पास चला जाएगा. एंड दिस सिक्योरिटी कैन बी यूज्ड एज SLR. We'll read about it. So you understand what is reverse repo rate, what is repo rate and bank rate. Now let's come to MSF. Marginal standing facility. Before that, let me tell you So marginal standing facility. Before that, let us learn about NDTL. NDTL. What is NDTL? Net demand and time liabilities. एक एक वर्ड हम समझेंगे. ओके, सो व्हाट इज लायबिलिटीज? व्हाट आर लायबिलिटीज? सपोज दिस इज द बैंक ए. ठीक है, you go to the bank and make a current account and a savings account. So what you do, एक सेविंग अकाउंट खोल दिया, एक करंट अकाउंट खोल दिया. करंट अकाउंट में इंटरेस्ट नहीं मिलता, सेविंग्स अकाउंट में इंटरेस्ट मिलता है. करंट अकाउंट में अब एक दिन में जो भी चाहिए उतना मनी, when you can withdraw the money. Saving account, you have some restrictions. Okay. So when we say a demand deposit, it's actually we're heading towards the current account, and there is savings deposit, that is a saving deposit. Okay, so one is demand deposit, another one is time deposit. What is time deposit? It's mainly the time deposit mainly refers to the fixed deposit. Okay, fixed deposit mainly. There is a huge list for time deposit and demand deposit as well. I'm just telling you why I have differentiated this, because in 2013 there is a question, and in that question there is written saving deposit, demand deposit, arrange in liquidity. 2013. Okay, I will check it. आया था. So what is NDTL now? You can see that the entire deposit, that is demand deposit and time deposit, it forms the DTL, that is demand and time liabilities. What are liabilities? You know, liabilities and assets. Liabilities is your responsibility, and asset is not your responsibility, which you can spend. You can say you can spend. ठीक है, suppose you are giving loan, you will get interest out of that loan. That is an asset for you. You have your own house, that is an asset for you. Somebody, suppose somebody in your locality or somewhat deposit a box that contains some gold. ये क्या होता है, मुझे खुद भी पसंद नहीं ये चीज़. ओके, इस बॉक्स में बहुत सारे सोना है. बोला कि हम 10 दिन के लिए बाहर जा रहे हैं. Okay, for 10 days we are leaving, we are going to travel in Paris. So now, and after 10 days I will come back to home, just will receive this box again. So all this gold within this box, including this box, is your responsibility. So that's your liability. You understand the difference between liability and assets? Obviously you can spend this. If you spend this, you have to return the same thing. You understand why I'm saying this? You deposit 10,000 rupees in a bank. Okay. The bank gives a loan of 8k within 1 day. Next day you come and ask the bank, return my 10,000. It has 2k. Bank close, RBI penalize कर देगा, खत्म bank. So you can spend, and if you spend, you have to return the same thing. That's what loan is. Okay, you're spending the loan from the deposits only. So that's the DTL. What is NDTL? NDTL means DTL minus assets with other banks. बैंक ए के पास बहुत सारे डिपॉजिट हो गया, इसने क्या किया, एक बैंक बी के पास रख दिया. सो एसेट्स विथ अदर बैंक्स. सो डैट्स द नेट. इसके बाद एज प्रेजेंट कितना है, दैट इज नेट डिपॉजिट एंड टाइम लाइबिलिटीज. ओके, एक एक शब्द समझना है हमें. इन डिटेल मार्जिनल स्टैंडिंग फैसिलिटी, दिस हैड केम इन एग्जाम क्योंकि न्यूज़ में था. Okay, now at last let's learn about MSF. MSF means, remember this point, you should have a, not you, I mean a bank should have a current account in RBI. Now there is a restriction that repo rate, the loan you are taking at repo rate cannot exceed 0.25% of NDTL. There is another term which is known as term repo that can't be exceeded by 0.75% of NDTL. क्वेश्चन अभी तक नहीं हुआ इससे. ओके, now what is MSF? Suppose you have taken a loan in the repo rate and that exceeds 0.25% of your NDTL of the bank. Then you ask the RBI to give it in term repo, which is higher than repo. No, it's not higher than repo. It's same as repo. I will make a video on it. It's for 1 or 3 or something like that. I will make a video on it. Just remember for this video purpose that it's the rate of interest when the bank has taken, suppose इसका NDTL है 100 रुपीज़, ठीक है, उसका 0.25 ये बैंक ले सकता है रेपो रेट में. देन अगर ये एग्जॉस्ट हो गया देन ले सकता है टर्म रेपो में. फिर अगर टर्म रेपो भी एग्जॉस्ट हो गया देन ले सकता है MSF में, मार्जिनल स्टैंडिंग फैसिलिटी. ओके, सो व्हाट इज मार्जिनल स्टैंडिंग फैसिलिटी? द रेट at which any bank, after exhausting its loan under repo rate and term repo rate, take the loan from RTI. And do you know what is the range? It has to be 1 crore in multiples of 1 crore, multiples of 1 crore to 2% of NDTL. And this MSF is equal to the bank rate. MSF is equal to the bank rate. So 6.75 में लोन चुकाना है, इंटरेस्ट देना है, काइंड ऑफ फाइन ही है ये. क्योंकि देखो बैंक का हालत कितना ख़राब हो जाता है कि रेपो रेट के लोन, टर्म रेपो के लोन ख़त्म हो गया. ये रेपो रेट का लोन ख़त्म होना है बहुत बड़ा एक बुरा चीज़ है एक बैंक के लिए. बट यू नो फ्रॉम September 22 we are seeing this hike that banks are taking more loans from RBI than depositing in RBI, the excess amount. So that's a bad thing for economy, no doubt in that. And every bad thing has a good, that inflation rise to increase in GDP, that एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी इंक्रीज होता है. ये सब हम पढ़े हैं, बेसिक है बहुत. नाउ लेट्स गो टू OMO, ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशन. What is open market operation? I have told you about the government securities. RBI has a law, government securities. In open market, public market, it will sell and buy the government securities. So that phenomena is known as the open market operation. Williams में आया है, देख लेना. A very simple thing, RBI मार्केट में जाएगा, कुछ खरीदेगा, खुद बेचेगा, बस यही है और कुछ नहीं है. क्या बेचता है? पेपर बेचता है. पेपर का नाम है गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी. ठीक है, चलिए. देन what I'm left with, okay, CRR and SLR. This I will cover in the next video. It's a very long video, sorry for that, but I hope you have get the essence of all the terms, the bank rate, the repo rate. कभी भूलेंगे नहीं आप लोग. Reverse rate, OMO, reverse ratio, we'll learn it in the next video. Thanks for watching the video, guys. और ये चार्ट याद रख देना, इम्पोर्टेंट है. चेंज नहीं हो रहा है. चलो स्टॉप करते हो तुम. क्या हो रहा है मुझे नहीं पता. हाँ ठीक है, ये चार्ट याद रखते हैं, इम्पोर्टेंट है. ये दोनों बाकी है, हम नेक्स्ट वीडियो में कर लेंगे. थैंक यू.